Got safety protocols? Grainger has the safety pros to call.
When emergency strikes, first responders are the first ones in. But on outdated networks, the
Hello and welcome everybody. We are back for our day 2 preseason testing here for Elite Aspect F1 2025. We get underway here. We got about 8 9 drivers in here and a couple more coming in to join. So 1 hour practice session. Again, this is day 2. We've already done 1 day of testing. Before we get underway here, we'll go ahead and show you guys the results, as it was AMS Vettel, I believe, on the second session of yesterday that did that 127, and then very close at the top, as you see, Mr. Washi and Yuri and Young Lights and Robbie, all really getting into the 128s, and some drivers not very separated in the midfield there with 129s. Of course, everybody's running different sessions, having different goals on what they're trying to accomplish in these practice sessions. The reason we are doing these practice sessions is to gather data on the drivers, of course, before we decide, or they're going to be drafted by team principals. So just wanted to get good data on all the drivers. We're going to be doing this again tomorrow, 2 more sessions again. So we've got this one starting today, and then 1 more in 2 hours, and then we'll do it again Saturday, tomorrow, and then next week we'll move to Spain and do another 2-a-days for 3 days. So should be interesting. Should be able to get plenty of data. So drivers get in here. 1 hour practice session. What I've been noticing a lot in these sessions is that they put on hard tires and run for a while, and then come in and maybe throw on some softs after they get a good feel and try to set in some much faster laps. So if we look at the top 3 from yesterday, it was AMS Vettel with a 127.752. Mr. Washi just 1/16 hundredths off there. And then, of course, 2.26 back was Yuri in the Red Bull. And those were set, I think Washi and Yuri were in the first session, and Vettel was in the second session. So good job by those drivers there. And I believe we've got some drivers out there. Let's check on some tires as we get started here for Elite Aspect F1 25 preseason testing. There's Florison in the Red Bull. I think we saw Florison make an appearance yesterday as well. I believe Poison Harbor was not in here yesterday, so out there for the first time today on the medium tires. Speedster MR, I believe we saw yesterday as well. Out there on the hard tires. Zero, we did not see yesterday in the Alpine on the hard compound tires. And Lynx, we did not see yesterday out there on the medium compound tires in the Aston Martin. So, just getting started here for, again, day 2 preseason testing of session 1. Sorry, I'm getting really tongue-tied with the whole day, this session, this, yeah. So, but let the drivers go around a little bit on these hard compound tires, just get a feel. Again, the game is new, so it just came out a week ago. Physics are a little bit different while we're doing these testing sessions to get good data on the drivers, as they will be drafted by a team principal. We are running no assists, so we're trying to let drivers get used to that as well. We'll keep the telemetry up so we can see how drivers are doing. So 2 out there on the mediums, the rest out there on the hard compound tires. So Speedster goes first. The 137 and the 139. These numbers are definitely going to drop. I didn't see any purple sectors. There's someone just fastest lap was Florissant with a 131.8. That's going to be more likely. Speedster, I think, set up fastest purple sector and then went off track just a touch. Folkmasters might have the fastest first sector as of right now. Just getting through turn 8. The tricky braking zone of turn 10. We're going to catch people out there all day long, of course. As Lynx is coming through for the first time as well. Speedster has, it's just, the lap, it's not going to count. We can still watch on board and see what their lap was like. Let's with Lynx here. Around turn 15. DRS open for just a little bit with a 137. Again, on those hard compound tires. Not a whole lot with Pokemaster here. He just entered turn 1. Over the curve of turn 2, around turn 3, open the DRS. Great overtaking zone. Very difficult to get this right though, as it's a strange apex in the turn 4. Stay to the left side here as we've got a quick right left-hander. I'm in turn 8, which is a downhill braking zone. Not much traction on the way out. And then 9 and 10, of course, are very tricky as you're steering on entry, trying to brake at the same time. That was actually fairly tidy, but loose end got a little bit. I mean, again, hard tires haven't been pushing completely. So those rear tires are probably still warming up a little bit. You know, this is like the first lap of a Grand Prix, second lap of a Grand Prix. They didn't even push on the first lap. First turn 13 there. Another coming after another 2 fast right-handers, of course. Very fun turn, getting that apex right. And then this is all about exit. Make sure we get on it. Great exit out of 14-15 there. And with a 132.37 on the hard compound tire, so very nicely done there. It's right on board. Here with a little lockup. Just squealed them. Might have a good time on the board here. 134.383, so Young Lights Sabuka did enter. Make sure we get them on the board. With these 1-hour practice sessions, I kind of split them into like 2 halves. As far as what we're seeing the drivers out there doing. Give Speedster MR here a little more track time. Set that 133.1 very early on the hard compound tires. Not saving battery here, so, but it's not deploying completely either. Speedster MR here might just be doing some race pace or trying to see how much battery life they have. We've got a couple drivers coming across. So Young Lights on an outlap. Sabuka just got in here a little while ago. Bundy's still in the pits. compound tires for Coruscant, already with a 131.1 on the board. Decided to waste no time going out there on the softs. We'll come back with him next lap, as looks like he's not using any battery. Cokemaster is up the hill into turns 12 and 13. Very, very fun. No battery left. Across the line with a 131. I think that was an improvement. Now 309. The Coruscant out there is invalidated, but I think that's still the outlap, maybe. Pick on 0, crosses the line. And this will be Young Light's first push lap on the hard compound tires with a 134. Buka did a 132.3 there, won't be recorded. Bundy's out. Coruscant is on that push lap now, on the soft compound tires. Expected. Purple first sector, of course, with all that battery deployment and the soft compound. Nice and tidy through 9 and 10 there, I do believe. Curb kind of pulled on exit. Maybe stayed a little too far out there. Nicely done through 11 there. Well, and then way outside, try to hit that apex of 13 just right. Very nicely, very tidy. Don't know why I went invalidated. I didn't see that. We can stay on board to see what that number's going to come to. The 128.5. So, look at the difference between the hard tires, but I mean, we don't know what these drivers are running for fuel. It's had a little bit of a shuffle there. I think that was IRT Sabuka in the McLaren, who came in just a little bit after, is now done a 131.788, putting third. Young Lights might be on another push lap. How much battery are we deploying? Maybe not. Watch a little racing here as we take a look at these excellent cars on track. Oh, we got Axier has joined us. As we're about 15 minutes through day 2 here of session 1 for Elite Aspect F125 in our preseason testing sessions. Of course, we got plenty of these more to come this week and next week. We'll finish up another session in a couple hours again today, and then tomorrow we'll have 2 more sessions here at Bahrain again, and then next week we'll move on to Spain and do another 3 days, 2 days. So we can gather some data on all these drivers and get ready to prepare for our next season. So new game, new physics, new league, no assists, team principals in charge of their drivers. We're only 15 minutes into this session today. Looks like that 131 and a half, 132 mark is pretty much benchmark for the hard compound tires from what I'm seeing out there. I think the drivers have settled into a little groove here. Either on a set of hards or a set of mediums and just putting in laps. Checking on Poison Harbor, I don't think we gave them much screen time as of yet. Not to point any battery, but something happened to Coruscant. I don't know why they retired from the session, but well, we got some data on them. Boat Masters is set the fastest per sector. A little bit of traffic in front of them as we make our way up through 12. Oh, we got a corner cut there and a little bit of traffic there, yeah. Unfortunate, unfortunate. We can put in a good lap a little bit ago. It was the point battery, so this is a little push lap for them on the hards. You see their entry there in the turn 11. Very nice, very nice. Fast second sector. On the Hong compound tires here, still really on its first stint in this practice session, preseason test session here. I think going for a pretty good lap here. As is able to do a 130 and a half there on the hard compound tires, so starting to see those times drop. Young lights across the line. I think it's just out there. Plenty of battery. This might be a push lap here. No, I don't see that too much to pull in. Check Bundy out here in the Mercedes. Got enough sneaking bias. Haven't really seen them out there too much, but has that 132 and a half on the board. Hard compound tires. Finishing up the lap here, keeping it in the white line there. Very good control there. Might have had a little too much speed on entry. But look at that, with a 130 and a 130 and a half as well. So times are starting to drop out there even on the hard compound. Zero here at a little bit of traffic. Let's see how they play it. Aston Martin does get out of the way. I think that's going to invalidate that lap as well. Hopefully not. Let's see what happens. If this stays red, it's unfortunate. But again, if you're just out there putting laps in, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But Bundy with a great lap there. Top Sabuka, who had previously just set that a little bit ago. Got Folkmasters on a push lap in the other McLaren again, so let's ride on board through the tricky 7-8 section. Very smooth on the power, even in second gear there. So hard to get turn 10 right. Not much battery left, still pushing. I'm still interested to see this time. Be a little wide there too. Coming into the pits, okay. Young Lights is pushing on. He's coming up through 12 and 13 as well. On this last straight, one of the non-DRS straight pretty much. First fit into 14 and 15 there. Comes across the line. It does improve to the 130.6 on the hard compound tire. So it takes a few laps for those hard compounds to really break in, I think. On the medium compound, Link's piece is on now. Haven't given them much screen time as well. Well, I think I have because the McLaren's a nice looking car. It's not really on a push lap. There isn't either. Not deploying too much there, so actually is still in the pits. Drivers are kind of out there doing some lap. We do have Folkmasters on an out lap on the soft compounds now. They got plenty of tires available as well, so Folkmasters and Bundy are on fresh sets. Fresh set of hards for Bundy. That is sauce for Folkmaster, so it'll be their first throw into a quali sim, possibly. Speedster and the Red Bull is just out there putting in laps on those hard, so as well on the mediums, I think is just giving these a test run as well. Green Zero has a pit, just still running the hard compound tires possibly. Young Lights moved to Bayonne. We're picking up with Folkmasters in the hot lap. Through turn 4 here. On the soft compound tires, using batteries, so not invalidated, doesn't look like, so lost a little bit of exit, obviously, there on the curb, but still be a good lap. Let's see what we got at the top of the hill here as far as the second sector. That's the second sector. I had to correct to not cut the corner there. That's going to lose a little bit here. Isn't enough to break that 130. Well, I expect to see that, you know, as this day eases on. And yep, 130 flat, so not quite there yet. But again, the track is green. Drivers haven't been out there for that long. We haven't even finished up. As Sabuka right behind does a 129.2. So drivers out there trying to set some fast laps. Sabuka did his on the medium compound tires, so, but came right behind, so might have gotten a boost in the slipstream. Got the two McLarens going. Pad here, it looks like. How much energy we're going to see deployed here? Okay, yep. Luca doesn't have much battery left. Overtake. Didn't see a purple sector there. More Cookmasters here for finishing this lap. Pulled out of that one. Young Lights coming into the pits. I think that's their first spin. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look here. What's the tires that they're on right now? How old they are? Young Lights coming in. He's done his 10 laps. Link's still out there, 15 lap old mediums, just pushing on. Nothing wrong with that. Love to see it. Having reports that the hards do not feel nice, but 10 laps in, that's very nice. Best that they've done. I think Zero's putting on a set of mediums now. Link's got a 134.5 there on the mediums, so they're quite old, so just pushing on. That Speedster now, pushing on a set of mediums. No, not really deploying battery. Pokemaster's back in the pit. He's had enough of those. Check in on Zero on the mediums. As we're halfway through, so drivers are changing their plans. So this is day 2 for Elite Aspect F125 testing. We did 2 sessions yesterday in Bahrain. Here are the standings from yesterday. 17 drivers took place total over the 2 sessions. And as you can see there, Vettel was fastest with that 27.752, and then some other 27s and 28s in there, very low 28s. So that's the start of that. We see a couple drivers here today that were there yesterday, but obviously there's some new drivers in here today. So very good to see. We'll be generating plenty of data, but congratulations to our top 3 from yesterday, Vettel, Washi, and Yuri, who I don't see either of those in today, but they may take part in the next session that we have in about an hour and a half time from here. And Rev Rob has joined. And the only person I see that's really took part yesterday that's in here today is Young Lights, Florissant, who's already retired today. Speedster, yes, took part yesterday. Yeah. So, Poison Harbor, Zero, Lynx, Folkmasters, Bundy, Sabuka, and Rev Rob, all new today, so very nice. Let me pushing again with the hard compound tires. I think been out there a while. 4-lap old hards. He's done a 130.5 on the set of hards. Deep into turn 4 there. Commentator's curse, possibly. So plenty of time left in this practice session. He likes to put on the medium, so we'll see some soft compound tires from him a little bit later. And so are we? Both Actually and Rev Rob out there on track on some outlaps, so King Kong has joined. So I think if you give me a couple minutes, we'll come back and we'll continue on with the second half of our preseason testing here at Speedster's left as well. So done with his session for today. We can go ahead and lock those times in, I guess. Yeah, Elite Aspect F1 25. Starting the season here for the new game, new physics, new rules, no assists. Doing preseason testing here. Day 2, session 1 at Bahrain. Like I said, I will be right back. We've had a couple drivers finish up today, so just needed about a half hour, but plenty more time. Some drivers have joined. Plenty more practice to get through today, as we'll have another session about an hour following this session. I'll be back in just a minute or so. I'll just let this run on Rev Rob, who, well, why not, Young Lights? About 20 minutes to go here in practice. We're on day 2. This is session 1 for today. First practice session, preseason testing. It's about 20 minutes to go here. Lead aspect F125. His drivers have still just been going around, kind of. We've seen a couple soft runners. We'll get to that 128.5. And then we got mid 129s behind. We're looking at tire compounds, of course. The new guys have joined. Got a few retirees, so. Go ahead and lock in some times here. As we're keeping an eye on Red Rob on the mediums. Don't think he's going to push lap. He's got the other Mercedes of Bundy behind him. Loop on another outlap on some soft, so we'll keep an eye on that. Mercedes just in front. Bundy's gonna let Buka by there. King Kong's still in the pits. Zero's still out there. He's throwing laps down. Twelve laps on the hards, 8 laps on the mediums. Bundy on the mediums. Looks about to go for a push lap. There's the braking zone. Almost right at the 100. Pretty much. Look at the DRS. As we make our way down into turn 4. Strange apex. Now our right left-hander here. Not too far wide. Downhill braking zone in turn 8 here. Very tricky. Get on the traction. On the way out. And the infamous 9-10 here. Took a little bit of the corner there. Oh, got a little swirly on the exit. Still went for a pretty good lap. I didn't see a purple sector. It might have already came and went. The hill through the fun turn 12 and 13. Too far wide. Oh, just does it. We're going to hang on to see what the lap is like. Well, looks like we're recharging battery. Alex and Folkmaster's both out there on the softs. Zero's coming to the pits. Buka into the pits again. Remember, I'm still out there churning laps, but this isn't a fast one. As we'll hang on with young lights here. In turn 4 for the first fast lap on these soft tires. Keeps some the white lines on exit of 4 there. 5, 6, 7. That car slowed down really nicely there. Very tidy through 9 and 10 as well. Turn 11, try to get away with as much of the track as you can. Can we stay full throttle into 12 and then through 13? Hit the apex. So hard to hit that one. Good looking lap here, I believe. Open the DRS for a split second. And 128.5. I thought that was, a second better than he has done. But not quite the 128.457 of Sabuka. Okay. He was now on an outlap as well. Zero was on an outlap. I think Folk Masters was putting a lap in. I'm a little tight there on turn 10. Close enough for a slipstream, not dirty air. Was able to invalidate that one. Pulling out. There's an harbor still out there putting in laps. Zero starting a fast lap here. Keep on board. On to turns 2 and 3. Yeah, see the apex early there. Not too much. Turn 8, tricky braking down the hill. Not much traction coming out. Gotta be careful. Set you up for an intense 9-10. A lot of the inside curve there. Yeah, that's going to settle you out a little bit. Send you a little bit further. But I think controlled that very, very well. Probably lost a little bit of time. Get on the power up the hill. Got a purple second sector there, so didn't lose too much time. In the turn at 10. As we make our way down the pretty much the back straight here. Cut the corner just a little bit, was able to invalidate, but as we cross the line here, let's see where we're at. 130.5. Luke was able to improve to a 128 flat there on some fresh softs. Young Light's back in the pits. Rev Rob out there still. About to start a lap, it looks like. Could be pushing. Yes, there we go. Soft compound tires. 129.434 was the best. 128 flat. Stay out of the way, guys. There we go. Hopefully that didn't throw him off his braking point. Looked pretty tidy there through 4 turns 1, 2. Little rear grip loss from turn 2 into 3. Good apex. Not too much on the exit. Was able to keep it in. Very nice. 5, 6, and 7. Able to power through there. Keep on the throttle for a little bit longer. Didn't invalidate there on the exit, so maybe lost a little bit having to pull out. On the power after turn 10. DRS open. Very nice. Able to keep full throttle. Got another fastest second sector there by Rev Rob. Nice through the final turn. Was able to do on 128, 596. We'll pick up with Folkmasters on a fast lap. Nicely done through there. Probably lost a little bit there trying to keep it. Then that'll be an invalidation. We'll keep an eye on the lap time. Because 200's down on his best lap, it looks like. Has backed out. Ping Pong's finally out there. On a high lap, it looks like, on the medium compound, so we're out on board the Ferrari. Hoping the DRS and crosses the line to put a time on the board of a 132.9. First couple laps out there. The Zero is about to start another hot lap. Keep an eye on him. There's quite a few drivers into the pits as time is winding down here. 10 minutes left in our first preseason test of day 2. Lots of drivers in the pits. I believe Zero was on a hot lap, so looks like he's 9/10 up on his best time of that 133.195. I don't know how old these tires are, how much fuel is in the car, so definitely difficult to judge completely. They can be inside a little bit there. Still pushing on. And again, corner just a little bit, and he's going to come into the pits. Might have been a better time anyway. Soft tires, outlap soft tires, outlap soft tires. So we're going to see some drivers putting in some fast times here in just a bit as we're winding down Session 1 of our Day 2 preseason here for Elite Aspect F125. Looking at some of the times up there, compare them to some of the times that we had yesterday. We're seeing those mid 128s and 129s. As well as what you see on the board here. Some 127s. Those 128s, 129s seem to be about where many of our drivers are falling. You know, Thurston Speedster and Lynx. Zero's been doing just a bunch of laps out there. And a lot of these drivers do get invalidated laps, so it's good to see the race directors. That's why I try to show you, you know, they're doing better times than what they've got up there. Because I'm pretty sure Zero was in the 131s, or would have gotten one so far. So it looks like the drivers are starting to get out there. We got some fast laps going. Go ahead and take a look at these guys. I think the Young Lights is about to start a lap. No. And then the pits again. Oh, that was Bundy. I'm sorry. No. No problem pushing on. Push lap from Folkmasters here. A little bit of a lock up into one. Cut as much two as you can. Keep it tidy on three. Exit. Get out here. All the way to the left side of the track. Change in direction. I wonder if Red Rob's pushing on in front of him. Might be able to get a little slipstream here. A little wide out of 10. Looks like Red Rob's gotten out of the way. I think that's Red Rob. Is there another Mercedes out there? I don't think so. Oh yeah, Bundy. That might have been Bundy on an outlap. Purple second sector there for Folkmasters. Hook up the final turn properly. Nope, and cut the corner. We've seen that a lot now lately, today. Bundy now on the medium tires. About to put in a fast lap, it looks like. As we've got Zero has moved up to the 130.1. Couple drivers still in the pits, couple drivers still out there. Zero's going to have to come back in. I'm not sure if he's going to continue to push on. Bundy on the medium compound. Let's see what Sabuka's doing. I've done the 128 flat. Validates. Unfortunate. Is he going to push on or is he going to... able to drop it down 13. And this is a pretty good lap, actually. .128 flat. Wasn't able to beat his time, but another 128 flats are very consistent there. Like Young Lights ran into some traffic. Red Rob's got a push lap. Is Young Light's coming in with a push lap right now? Yeah, about to start one, it looks like. So is Red Rob. And validate on the exit there, so we'll switch over to Young Lights, who I think just did the same thing. No was able to get away with it, but is pulling out of that one. Okay. Most of the drivers in the pits. That McLaren retired as well, so I think that's going to do it. Practice today. Let's see, Red Rob's still pushing on. Looks like it could be a pretty good lap as well. See what that final time comes down to. .128.188. So better than his best. I think Collin's gonna like to go into the pits. I think I probably would have been a 133 maybe. As we can watch the Mercedes on its way in. And you see the times on the left-hand side. Very comparable with yesterday's. 127s was the fastest that we saw, but a lot of drivers in that 128, 129 and a half range. So that's going to do it here for Elite Aspect F125. Day 2, Session 1 around Bahrain for preseason testing. Getting data on the drivers. Seeing everything we got. Those are the times and the tires that they set them on. Some drivers just ran a few laps, but as we got later in the day, obviously we saw those times continuously to drop. And we'll switch to the race director here while we've got time and flip back to the times. But there's the tires that people used. Yeah, some incidents happen. Pit stops, doesn't really say anything. Well, there's the drivers and that's the pace. You can pause it there, hopefully. But that's going to do it. I'm Fabregas115. We're going to finish up Day 2, Session 1 here around Bahrain for Elite Aspect F125. And we'll see you in about an hour for Session 2 testing of today.